who took care of the gentleman that passed away, she was diagnosed with Ebola. So it's scary. But you know, sometimes you wonder what people think about when you have these type of outbreaks. Time check. The time is approximately 8:30 p.m. That time check is brought to you by All Star Motors, providing with services you can trust. They provide you with ASE certified mechanics, New Jersey State inspection facilities, used car sale, authorized police towing, and emission repair facilities. You can call them at 973-762-8771. That's 973-762-8771. We'll be right back.
Coming soon, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience.
Do you want your kid to run faster with better running form and conditioning for his or her sport? Then Running Development Academy is the place for him or her. Our training packages fix their form and make them run faster. How about training to run a marathon or just run faster in your respective event? Maybe you just want to learn to run properly and lose weight in the process. Our trainers, a former 800 meters track Olympian and an 8 times world record holder in Masters Track and Field will get you there. Don't delay. Sign up today at runningdevelopmentacademy.com or contact us at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 to learn more.
You're listening to the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. For more, go to SoMore.org to participate in the discussion.
Want to learn piano for kids? Then I recommend Wendy Goldstein School of Piano. Wendy Goldstein has been offering piano lessons since 1993 and teaches piano in a very natural way. An alumni of Manhattan School of Music, Wendy creates customized lesson plans for each student and helps bring music alive. Wendy provides you a convenient location, the best value, and the most fun way to learn piano. All ages are welcome, and the first lesson is always free. Have questions? Call Wendy at 201-207-5169.
Are you looking for a professional logo design for your website, brand, or business? Then we are the company you are looking for. We are professional graphic designers, and with our skills, we will design a perfect, high-quality logo for you. We work with standout concepts, nice contrasts, and color balance. Please let us know your text for use in logo, web address, color of logo that you want. We will design 3 variations of your logo for you to choose from for only $99.95, with 100% refund of your $99.95 if you're not satisfied. We provide fast delivery and professional design. We also design any size web banner ad for $35. Call us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to take your call.
We are back with you. It's Individuals and Anthem on Margin, the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. Coming to you every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. You can reach us here at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626. You can also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/SoMore Radio. That's facebook.com/SoMore Radio. You can tweet us at SoMore Radio. That's at SoMore Radio. You can also send us your email at somore.org@gmail.com. That's somore.org@gmail.com. You can also call our office at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. Now let's get back to this Ebola outbreak that we have here in the United States of America. So, according to the Atlanta Black Star, there are 10 questions everyone is asking about Ebola. What is Ebola? Ebola is a rare and deadly disease caused by infection with one of the 5 Ebola virus strains. Each strain is named after the areas where they originated. Ebola virus, Zaire Ebola virus, Sudan virus, Thai forest virus, and Bundy bugyo virus, which has been known to cause disease in humans, while the Western virus has not. Okay? Why is it called Ebola? The virus is named after the Ebola River in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where supposedly one of the first outbreaks occurred in 1976. So the virus is named after the Ebola River in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where supposedly one of the first outbreaks occurred in 1976. So if we look at it, we are saying that the first outbreak of Ebola happened in 1976. Now here's one that's very important. How do you get Ebola? Ebola reportedly spreads through direct contact with the bodily fluids, vomit, semen, sweat or blood, or someone who is symptomatic and shedding the virus. You can get Ebola through sex because it lives in semen for up to 82 days, or by touching a contaminated surface, because Ebola can also live on surfaces for a few hours, and in blood outside of the body for up to a few days. So let me repeat that. Ebola reportedly spreads through direct contact with the bodily fluids, vomit, semen, sweat or blood, or someone who is symptomatic and shedding the virus. You can get Ebola through sex because it lives in semen up to 82 days, or by touching a contaminated surface, because Ebola can also live on surfaces for a few hours and in blood outside of the body for up to a few days. That's kind of scary. I mean, think about it. We all have to use bathrooms, right? So if someone has Ebola and they don't know, or someone is in the school and they don't know that they have Ebola, and they go into the bathroom and they touch the pipes, the faucets, the toilet paper, they can leave the surface contaminated. That's kind of scary. What happens if you get Ebola? About half of the people who contract Ebola dies, usually within 10 days. The other returns to a normal life after a month-long recovery that include periods of hair loss, sensory changes, weakness, fatigues, headaches, and eye and liver inflammation. So about half of the people who contract Ebola dies, usually within 10 days. The others return to a normal life, and after a month-long recovery that can include periods of hair loss, sensory changes, weakness, fatigue, headaches, and eye and liver inflammation. So, they have been saying that, and I'm going to look this up. People have been saying that Ebola is worse than AIDS. So what are some Ebola symptoms? Occur 2 to 21 days after exposure, but 8 to 10 days is most common. The first stage is 7 to 9 days, joint pain, sore throats, fever, headache, weaknesses, muscle soreness. Second stage, 10-day, vomiting blood, diarrhea, high fever, extreme fatigue. Third stage, 11-day, brain damage, bleeding from nose, mouth, anus. And fourth stage, 12-day, coma, organ failure, shock, massive internal bleeding, and death. And these are some of the Ebola symptoms. Some patients may also develop a rash, red eye, hiccups, chest pains, and difficulty breathing and swallowing. How is Ebola treated, and what about experimental drugs? There are several experimental drugs currently being investigated in the fight against Ebola, including some of the same antiviral drugs used against HIV. However, none have proven to work against the virus. Therefore, only the Ebola patient's symptoms are treated. This involves giving intravenous fluids and salt and minerals they lose as a result of being so sick, and oxygen and antibiotics if they have a bacterial infection. And that's what happened to the gentleman in Dallas. He was just being given intravenous fluids. Not ZMAP, no ZMAP for him. How do I protect myself against Ebola? Wash hands frequently or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Avoid contact with blood and body fluids of any person, particularly someone who is sick. Do not handle items that may have come in contact with an infected person's blood or body fluids, nor should you touch the body of someone who has died from Ebola. Also refrain from touching bats and non-human primates or their blood and fluids, and do not touch or eat raw meat prepared from these animals. Seek medical care immediately if you develop a fever, temperature 105 degrees Fahrenheit, 38.6 degrees Celsius, and any of the symptoms listed above. So how do I protect myself against Ebola? Wash hands frequently or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Avoid contact with blood and body fluids of any person, particularly someone who is sick. Do not handle items that may have come in contact with an infected person's blood or body fluids, nor should you touch the body of someone who has died from Ebola. Also refrain from touching bats, non-human primates, or their blood and fluids, and do not touch or eat raw meat prepared from these animals. Seek medical care immediately if you develop a fever or a temperature of 105 degrees Fahrenheit and 38.6 degrees Celsius, or any of the symptoms above. Will there be an Ebola outbreak in the U.S.? That's the big question. That's the $7 billion question. Well, there's already an outbreak. Ebola is not spread through casual contacts. Therefore, the risk of an outbreak in the U.S. is very low. Really? Ebola is not spread through casual contact. Therefore, the risk of an outbreak in the U.S. is very low. Okay. If you say that, I bet you there's a lot of people who are very scared today. Should people traveling to Africa worry about the outbreak? The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has reportedly issued a warning level 3 travel notice for United States citizens to avoid all non-essential travel to Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. Nigeria have been downgraded to watch level 1 because of the decreased risk of Ebola in Nigeria. A small number of Ebola cases unrelated to the West African outbreak have been reported in the Democratic Republic of Congo, so the CDC has also issued an alert level 2 travel notice. If travel to the area affected by the outbreak is necessary, protect yourself by following the procedure in the previous that we just discussed previously. So every country with confirmed Ebola cases so far, this is sources is the World Health Organization and the CDC, Center for Disease Control. United States, it says 1 confirmed cases, but it's now 2. Senegal, 1 case. Guinea, 876 cases. Sierra Leone, 1,816 cases. Liberia, 914 cases. Nigeria, 19 cases. Democratic Republic of the Congo, 68 cases. As of October the 14th, as of October 2014, 8,000 people have been infected and the death toll is nearly 4,000. The World Health Organization projects that